Okay, so the outside is ready, so now we go to the inside, and I'm very excited to do this because I'm going to do something new, and I already tried it out, but I'm a little nervous to show you guys all. But hey, the reason is that trying things out is yeah, we just need that. Sometimes we just want to try something out. So, but first of all, we are going to make the inside a little more beautiful so that this is secure. So what I'm going to do is add some white, and I don't need to go all the way because I'm going to explain that in a second. So first of all, I'm going to cut out some white, and I do need two pieces, so I'm going to cut it 2 in 1. With my viscose precision. So this one I go attach right here, and the other one is of course going exactly on the other side. Alright, that is step 1. So what I like to do is I'm only adding some tape all the way around. That is just how I am going to do it. Now let's do this together. Okay, peel that off. And then only use some glue on the inside, so this page is not going anywhere. But I just like the strength of the double-sided tape, and then the glue is enough for the inside. Okay, so that is one. Now let's do the other one. Just doing it together because I feel that the inside needs that care. It's the base. If the inside is not correctly done, then the rest of your effort is not worth to use the time. So make just the time to do it correctly. Okay, peel it off. Oh my gosh, today is so awkward. I'm finally back in my room again. I really miss my space. Oh my gosh, I really do. And I'm not that perfectly better, but I'm just doing it with it. But it was a very hard flu. Now my girl has it too, and my hubby has it last week. I got it, and it was a nasty one. Even I got the flu shot, how you call that? My country you get when you are a group that has, what do you call that? When you're in that group, you get a flu shot every year. And when I have that asthma thing, and then you are in that group, so you can get a free flu shot. But so like I said, I had a flu, but not that much to get in bed all day, but not feeling that well anyway. So So yeah, that was inside. Next thing, we have this left over, and we're going to use that. Now I hear you thinking, what in the world are we going to use that for? Well, first we're going to cut it exactly the same size as that white. I don't want to go lower, so it has to be exact. That's just the meaning of correctly cutting. And I wish that we can cut it first a little higher. We always can cut it a little shorter. Okay, like this. Yep, perfect. Okay, so let's smooch this already. Done. Okay, so now how I'm going to explain that to you. Well, this piece we need, that's Tyvek, and that does not tear. We do need that. Let me tell you. I tried it out. What we need is, I'm going to make hinges. We're going to do that in a second together, and we're going to cut these in this design paper. But because we are going to cut it and we are very close to the edge, I want not that this go to tear your paper. So that is why I use the Tyvek. But let us first make the hinges and then we go further on our tutorial. So let's put this away for just a sec. Grab our scoreboard. Gosh, my chair is winkly. Oh, now it's quiet. Ooh, let's make some noise. Ooh. Good grief. Well, okay. Let's grab our scoreboard and let's grab some white paper. Okay, let's get one. Okay, what we need is, I think this was yellow. I'm going to use an A4, and my A4 is 21 by 29.5 centimeters, and that's 8/1/4 by 11/5 inch. So this side is 8/1/4. So what we are going to do is, we're going to score at a half and score at 1. And then we can cut this shorter. So yeah, you can also cut these pieces in 1.5. You can, but you also can do it like I did. So a half, 1, and then I'm going to cut it. There we go. And then again, half, 1. Let's cut it. And the last one. Let's just check. Yeah, they are still working on the road, so now they have a, how you call that, a stop light. No, it's not a flashlight, it's a stop light for traffic to stop in my street. So in front of my house they are a lot of cars stopping all day long, and my dogs don't like that. So they are quite barking a lot today. They think they can bark them away. Well, at least they are. Because the cars, when the lights go green, they go. Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, I think I'm going to grab first another chair because I hate that noise. Alright, I hope this chair is working better. Anyway, we have 4. Yeah, we have 4 hinges. And now we're going to fold them. Fold them again. And on, of course. And the next thing what we're going to do already is put some double-sided tape on one piece. Okay, so grab your tape, and I'm just going to go on top and then do exactly the same thing on the other side. So that is where later on the pages is going to attach to. And I'm going to cut already a nice angle. So the pages that are going over here will nicely attach to it. So this is the hinge we need for the pages. And this is the one we're going to tuck in just a minute. So I'm going to make 4 of these. I'm going to attach the tape on one side. All 3 of these. So just doing one more with you together. Or all. Shall I do all? Why not? Saves editing. Let's do it together. Let's do it together with me. Here we go. Front and back. And I just get a message that my girl is on its way to home again. She was trying to go to school today, but teacher sent her home. Is that something? Okay. So, cut a nice corner where the tape is, but I am going to cut also that same corner on the other side. So, grab your hinges, and we do not need that of a big angle, just a tiny little angle. That's enough. That's easier to slide your hinges in that openings that we are going to make in just a second. Okay. Alright, so that are the hinges. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Okay, that is that, and you have to be sure that, yeah, this is shorter than your design paper. So don't make that mistake that you make these exactly the same size as your design paper, because that is not correct. You need that a little shorter. Okay, next step is we have cut this paper, and the meaning is that we now are going to glue that in the middle on the back side, of course. So yeah, how we decide what the middle is? Well, let's just go a little drawing and measuring that. So what I'm gonna do is grab your ruler and just go finding out what the middle is, and you also can eyeball it if you prefer that. It does not need that exactly. I can eyeball it. This is about the middle, don't it? This is 3 point. Yeah, it's better to eyeball it. So I'm going to glue this down. I think I'm going to use some tape because I wanted to attach this perfectly. We don't want this to go anywhere. So I'm just going to apply all the way some tape. And then I'm just going to apply this piece in the middle. Oh yeah. I don't want to skip too much steps because I want you to give that idea that you need to focus on this piece to do it nicely in your own time, not to do any fast work, because this takes just a little courage. Okay. But the end result is really amazing. Now I'm just going to flip this over and I'm just going to eyeball this in the middle. But it has to be really straight. So I'm just line it up on the bottom. So the bottom is straight. And then I'm going up like that. Okay. There we go. Now I have a little left over, but it's better than short. There we go. Yeah. Good. That is nice. Yep, that is. Okay, so now we are going to work further with this piece. Okay, so grab a hinge and let's see how wide. Well, I see that this is going here and this is going there. So make a mark and then just see how wide that is. That is, well, in my opinion, that's 2.5 millimeters, and that is 3. So I'm going to apply a line at 3 millimeters. You can just make that same line. I love that ruler, but for some times I really like this one better. So I am making that line at 3 millimeters. Okay, I'm going to do exactly the same thing on here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and you can measure yours in inches if you like. Okay, now check it again if we are between those lines, and yes we are. See, this fits between those lines. Okay, that's perfect. Now what I like to do, next step is I measure in centimeters and you are going to do that well, shall we do inches? This is really hard. Some of you use centimeters and some of you use inches. So I'm going to measure this in centimeters, and then I will give you the measurements in inches. So I want, what do I want? How did I did it? I guess I was 1 centimeter away from that edge. I guess I was. Yeah. And that is in inches 3/8. Yep, 3/8. So just measure 3/8 on each side. Yep. Okay, so the first one we are going to make that line a perfect nice straight line along that 1 centimeter or 3/8 inch. Okay, you don't have to rush anything. I am with you. We are going to do this together. Okay, just line this up and make a nice line. Okay, just to see you close. So first I made that line right here, and that was 3 millimeters on each. Then I make that line at 1 centimeter on each side. Okay, now next step is, because we have 2 more, now we have this left, and how we can apply the middle of this one. Well, you can. I always like to do that. let me show you a trick. If you have a calculator, well, you can have another one, but I always like to use my on the phone. So I have 5 centimeters. So if I do 5, then I have this one. If you do that in 3, then you have this one. That's 1.6. That is my centimeter. So if I do this 1.6 here and 1.6, well, let me show you 1.6 at this side. Then the middle should be also 1.6. Perfect. Yeah, that is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to make my marks at 1.6. And then I have a nicely splitted hinge distance. So you can do exactly the same thing with inches, but I will give you the measurements in inches too. See, now they are splitted. Oh my gosh, I hope my pencil will look. It's not that good to see, is it? Oh, is it good to see? Yeah, now it is. See? Now I have 3 good splitted distance between each other, and that is why I really like to use my calculator. So the distance in inches is yeah, well, I think 5/8 will do. 5/8, 5/8, yeah, 5/8. Okay, so that is perfect if you are an inches person. We did that 3/8 distance here, that's 1 centimeter, and then I made 1.6 centimeter, and in inches that's 5/8 inch. So yeah, we can do that together. So yeah, if you want to draw this, then you have exactly the same thing as I did. Okay, cool. Next step. First, take a breath. Take a deep breath, because now it's getting exciting. Okay, now next step is grabbing a knife and a cutting plate, cutting mat, and now we are going to make an incision on that first one. And I'm really excited. I really want to line this up, but the shadow does not work with me. Guys, doggies, 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 doggies. The shadow is not working with me. Let's say, perhaps I can use this one. Oh yeah, that's better. That's better. That's way better. I hope it's steady. So keep it, and now just be gentle, cutting your first incision and not going all the way through. Remember that. Not going all the way through. Be gentle on that last cut. And if you don't trust yourself, like I did, then just go make that last piece without your ruler. Okay, that's the first one. Woohoo! Okay, let's go to the next one. So be gentle. Hold your ruler. Be gentle the first time. I really like to go a few times in and then see if I go all the way, and the last one I always like to turn it so I'm not overlapping, not overcutting that edge, because that edge is really small, guys. We don't want to go further than that. Okay, up to the third one. Be gentle. Need that time. Give it a push. Be gentle. See if you are up, and then I'm just going to turn it and go here. Yep. Okay, the last one. Yeah, the cars will move in a second. Oh my goodness. Okay, last one. Hold it. Be steady. I think I go all the way. And then I'm going to turn it and do the last piece. Yeah, alright, that's that, guys. Okay. That went well. That does for everybody goes well if you just take the time. Take a deep breath, take a nice cup of coffee or tea with it. Take your time. Don't over rush this, because if you ruin it, you can start all over again, and I don't have any left Tyvek for you. Alright, so yes, doggies, the cars will go away. Alright, well, next step. Alright, next step. Perhaps if you like to use a little guideline, perhaps it's a nice tip that if you line this white Tyvek to your spine, that's each 7 centimeters. If you line this up like this, and you make a little mark on that corner, then move it up and do exactly the same thing beneath here. Also make a little, just a little mark, and when you flip this over, you have later on a little guideline. So this is your guideline where you have ended up that white Tyvek, and also on this side. It's just a reminder, and you can erase that later. Okay, that's just a little tip, and I do that too, so you don't have to embarrass yourself. Okay, so now we have those 4 incisions, and just be gentle, but because yeah, it's still tie back, and it should be it should be doing good, but you never know. Okay, now the first one, I'm just going to use my art glitter glue because it's easy to apply and easy to, it dries easily. So let's find that first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Now first test it. A dry test. See, this is going nicely in. Then we just use our finger to go to the top, but I don't want to be that the fold line goes under that design paper. You don't want that, because otherwise you can't fold this nicely up and down. So I'm going to show you. I hope I can tell you what I mean. So if you put this in here, you see that fold line, this first fold line. I don't want that to go underneath here. I don't want to go under. No, I just want it to go just a little. So you see, you shove it under, but I still want to see that on this side, so it's easy to fold. Yes, that is what we are going to do. So what we are going to do is, I'm just grabbing my art glitter glue because it's just easy to add. And then I'm just going to shove it under. Not all the way. We need that space. We want to flip it over. Then we go back. And that's that. That's the first one. See? Okay. Now, grab your next one. I'm still with you. We are just going to do this all together. First a dry try, if it fits, and of course it fits. Yep, that does it. Now I'm going back up, not all the way, that's easier for me. Put some glue on, shove it underneath, not all the way. Not all the way. We want to fold it over. And fold it back. That is why, that's when you have the perfect, yeah. Okay, then it's perfect. Okay, go to the next one. Make a dry twist. Oh my gosh. Yeah. A dry twist. Yep. Pull it a little out. And go in. How easy is it anyway? It's really easy. Fold it over and fold it back. Oh yeah, whoopity dada. I was so worrying about this thing. I was testing it out and I got, oh my gosh, should I do this? Should I do it not? Can people do this? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? This is totally new for me. Why am I doing this to you guys? But then I thought, Why not? Why not? It's actually pretty easy to do, but it takes time. You really have to make sure, be gentle. Then there is no worries too. It doesn't. Ta-da! 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 Perfect. Now, when this is laying flat, we just go on here, and now this is still open, of course, but we don't want that. So we're grabbing some tape, and I'm just going to add all the way up over that opening. Same here, all the way up over that opening. So we close that incision with the tape. Oh my gosh, this is looking perfect. Here we go. So that's for the closure. But of course we want to add some more tape because I want to add it to our cover, of course. So I want to add some more. Oops. Now, before I go further with adding, I'm going to make this go away, and then just for the stability I like to add on the long side of this too, just to give it some extra strength. Don't think it does not need it, just take your time, really. Don't over rush anything. We need that time. I think I'm going to add here too. And one more, and the rest I can do it with glue. Yep. There we go. Peel it off. Now before I glue this down, I want to add some double-sided tape on that covered spine too, like I always do. Now move this away for just a second, grab your cover, and I want to add some on here too. So if you want to bend your paper into that opening, you don't have to be worrying that you don't have enough glue used, or that it will pop out or anything. Just don't be cheap on your tape. Okay, that's that. Okay, now it's the time for drum ruffling. Here we go. Well, okay, I still want to use a little extra glue just because I can. And if there is something wrong, I still can wiggle a little. Wiggle it just a little bit. Ooh. Wiggle it just a little bit. Ooh. We want to wiggle. Da, 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 da. Boom, 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 boom. Does not go anywhere. Alright. Let's flip it over. Does not need any direction, but well, these are already flattened to the right side, so yeah. Okay, let's go. Well, we have those marks, those guidelines. So I'm going to use the guidelines. First I'm going to start at the bottom. So the bottom is okay. Then I check up. I hope my head is in the way. No, I hope not that my head is in the way. But anyway, if it is, please check if I have little sticks or... No, that's that's just oh my gosh, that's just a joke. I don't have any ticks or fleas or or anything, but sometimes I have to laugh because sometimes if you move a lot with your head under the camera, it really gets into your head between the hair. So anyway, let's do this really nice and properly, and take good care of your paper. Go anywhere, even between the bindings. Just go over that paper. Okay. Okay, just want to smooch this a little away. I think it's not needed because we go on overlaying it later, but anyway, what do you think? This is looking great for now, especially here. I could wait till the glue is dry, but you know me, I do not have any patience. So I'm going to do that, and we added that tape just a second ago, so yeah, why wait? You don't have to wait because that tape did the job for you, so you do not have to wait. Okay, so find that opening and just go slowly, and this is the point where I can tell you that this is why we need that space to go, that this paper goes in that opening for the spines. Yeah, it's not dry yet. Now it is. Oh yeah, it is. Okay, and now it's ready to bend, and it can bend all the way down. It can. Okay. Let's move to the other side. And we do exactly the same. Just move your bone folder gently, easily folding. Gentle, gentle, gentle. Keep an eye on your paper. You don't want anything because we used wet glue also, and then we can bend it all the way down. Yep, here we go. Let that dry go. Okay, so yeah, let's see how this goes. This glue needs a little more time to dry, but I like already what I see. How is your album looking like? Mine is pretty. Cool. Yeah, love it. So now what we have done is you don't see that how you call that? You don't see, well, blah, 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 blah. Normally I will do a waterfall binding, but then you see that little hinges, and on this method you don't see the hinges. Oh my gosh, how professional does that look? I love it. Oh my gosh, I love it. Now I'm going to choose a paper because I just like to add something on here, and I like to do it now so I don't use that paper. And then I'm going back for you. I love it. Gosh, shoulder knocking for myself. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and later on you can add your pages or tunnels. You can add them right on the toppest hinge or a tunnel or whatever you're going to use. Yeah, cool. I'm so excited that this does work out. Oh, yeah, thank God it worked. So, okay. Yeah, let's first cut a nice piece of paper for these. Alright, so I used this paper. I cut it and I glued it on, and then it looks like this. Yeah, cool, like it. So yeah, that's that. That's that for today. Cool, like it. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye bye. Hello everybody. Let's start today with first a nice cup of tea or coffee or anything you prefer you drinking. Okay, today we are going to start with making the tunnels for making the pages. So what we need for one tunnel, and we need 4 of course, but first we're going to start with the first tunnel. And let me first show you what's a tunnel. Well, of course, this is a tunnel. And the meaning of this is that this is going to be right over this hinge. And it should be fitting perfectly. Of course it fits. So that is the meaning. So we can work on that tunnel on the front and on the back. And then even have space to make a nice photo mat inside this tunnel. That is the meaning. Okay, so we need 4 of these. So let's make this together. So what we need two papers. And yeah, you know me, I like to use A4 papers because I just do. And I'm going to use this time Clairefontaine white. And I believe this is not a 160, I believe this is a 210. That's normally not what I use gladly, but it will do. I had it in my stash and I ordered it warm. So yeah, I don't throw it away, of course. I'm going to use it. It's a little thicker than a 160, but still perfect to use. So that is my Clairefontaine white 210 gram. And an A4 is in my country 21 by 29.5 centimeters, and in inches that is 8 1/4 by 11 5/8 inch, I believe. Yeah, that is. Check. Yeah, that is. Okay, so that is what I use. So if you have only 12 with 12 papers, you can cut it in 8 1/4 by 11 5/8 inch. If you want to use exactly the same measurements of papers I did. So the first thing is really easy. So I need 2 for making one tunnel. So I hurt myself a little. And every time when I bump in it, okay. Anyway, let's continuing. First thing what we need to do is I'm going to cut this paper at 6.5. So at the end, your sheet is 6.5 by 8 1/4 inch. So I'm going to cut it. Keep this, it's just my example. So I'm going to cut it at 6.5 inch. Here we go. And then, I have to say, Julie, my dearest friend from England, sent me another ruler. Oh my gosh, I have so much rulers at the point. So I really wanted to start using this one, just to testing it out, see which one I really like to use. And this is from www.jshobbiesandcrafts.com. It's from Shelley Geigel, and I really like it. It's not in centimeters, only inches, but it really has every single, let me show you, I don't know if you can see that, every single 1/16 you can read that. I really like that. And if you don't want a 1/16, you can use the 1/4 and the 1/8 like this. Okay, so going to try it. Really sturdy, and I really like the see-through and really nice edges. So just going to see how that goes with this one. Okay, so in inches, that is, of course, 6. Hey, why is this not 6.5? I cut it at 6.5 at my cutting plate. Okay. 6.5. Yeah. Oh my. And this is not 6.5. Oh, wait. I need to start at the 0. The blue one starts all the way all on the top. So that is why I get it wrong. So it's jelly. So. No. Your ruler is perfect. 6.5. Thank God. Okay, so it's 6.5 and it's supposed to be 8.1/4. Yeah, it is 8.1/4, of course. That's normal size, so that is 21 centimeters. Yeah, and I of course want to show you the centimeters is 16.5 by 21, of course. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so that is what we need first. That's the first one we need. Okay, a little long for such a simply piece of paper, but hey, you need all the details. Otherwise you're going to sue me. No. Oh my gosh, crazy. Okay, so the next sheet, that's a little difficult. Well, not particularly difficult, but anyway, let's grab another piece and let's cut this in a long way at 6.5 inch. 6.5 inch I'm going to cut. Here we go, and then we have this small piece, and then we are going to score that at a 1/2 inch. Can you see that? Zoom in, yeah, at 1/2 inch and 8.3/4. Okay, so let's do that. Let's score this at a 1/2 and at 8.3/4. Now, of course, this is too long. We don't need that, so we're going to cut it. Okay, so then we have this piece. And so that's this piece with the 2 hinges. Okay, so we cut this piece off and this piece. Always keep it, never know for later, for tags or hinges or whatever. So let's fold it, this. Really, my thumb is hurting me. So it's difficult to fold, but here we go. Yep. Okay, so now grab our first piece that we cut out. Oh, there it is. And the meaning is that we are glue this right on top here. Okay, now what I like to do is put one piece on the left and then move to the other piece, and now I'm going to move along till it's perfectly set all the way around. So this is how I like it. So now I'm going to keep it, and you can use tape. So you can use your if you glue your tape on before this, then you also can peel this off, but if you keep this steady it won't go anywhere. And then I'm just going to turn it, and I'm still keeping it flat. Move up a little, put my glue on and close it down. How easy is that? And then our tunnel is ready. It's simple as that. It is. So now I have 1, 2. So I definitely need a few more, of course. So what do you say? Can we do one more together? Yeah, let's do one more together. So I'm grabbing 2 sheets. Yep. First one, we are going to cut it at 6.5. 6.5. Okay, that's one. Keep it right here. And the second one, we are going to cut it also at 6.5, but then at the long side. So again, 6.5. Then I'm going to score at a 1/2 inch and at 8 3/4. And then I'm going to cut my hinge shorter. And that's that. Then we're going to fold it. Grab our first page and I'm just going to apply where it should be and just move if you are not satisfied till you are satisfied. Yep, I'm satisfied. How about you? So put your glue on. I really like this glue. This glue really dries really fast and good. Make it flat, keep it steady, and put your glue on. If you have a glue that is not quick of dry, then perhaps you can put some clamps on it, or use double-sided tape with wet glue. Just make sure your tunnels will not move anywhere. Okay, so that is what we need, and we need 4 of these, and I have 3, so I need to make more. But anyway, you get the picture what the meaning is. And if you have them all done, I am not going to make them inside just yet, because I really like to work on a flat surface and then glue it on. But you get the picture. When these are all done, you only have to move these over that hinge and then you have your pages done. So now I only have 3, so I have to make 1 more, but I just want to show you real quick what the meaning is. And you know what the meaning is. This is loose. And then you have, well, another one, but then you have the pages. Okay, that is that. But these are not gluing down yet. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so I need 1 more and then I'll come back to you.